Hi, welcome back to another episode of Sincerely Spiritually Spoken with Nasia. This is episode 6, I think. So I have a quick story time. I did record a few weeks ago for Mother's Day, but I hated the episode, so I scrapped it. And that was my first time scrapping an episode. And I felt like I almost couldn't at first because I just felt like I had to. But it was very empowering as a creative to be like, you know what? No, I'm not forcing that content out. I don't want to do it. And honestly, I think it was because my mental is still recovering. If y'all remember, episode 4 was checking on your strong friends. I was giving you guys some insight about where I've been at mentally the last couple weeks, really the past 2 months, which has been kind of rough and tough. So I've just been staying very serious with myself about my rest and my recovery. And that's pretty much what today's episode is going to entail. A few different things, but all under the same umbrella of rest and recovery, mental rest and recovery. That episode just felt like fluff. I told you guys that I'm working on expressing myself vulnerably, but I have a tendency to always make it sound pretty. And I felt like I was still getting out of that space, and it was just forcing positivity when I didn't have it, if I'm being honest. So it felt really good to just say, you know what, let's just wait. And then coincidentally, me and my videographer have had some just like scheduling issues, but after like sitting back for a second, y'all, I really needed those like delays or just the reschedulings that we had going on, because just as entrepreneurs, young people, we're always moving and grooving, and sometimes things will not align on purpose because you're trying to force yourself to go too hard. And so again, rest and recovery is the theme of today. I just got back last night, y'all, also from like a 24-hour bender, honestly. I have had a lot of stress, and I was trying the practical things. Like I go out in nature every day. I'm always, praying, meditating, journaling, cooking, doing all those things. But honestly, nothing has been working. Like my mental has still been shot. I've still been feeling like spaced out, very like just, I can't stay present for a day. I'm very anxious. Like sleep has not been good, all just because my body is just tired and I'm trying to push myself too hard. So I finally called my best friend on Sunday. I'm literally in church, y'all. And honestly, I was about to go to like a little sneaky link in a different state, just on some like fun, random stuff with somebody I barely even talked to. Well, somebody from the past, let's say that. But we were looking at flights, and it's funny because there were no flights aligning for me to get down there that day. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just reroute that plan. And I checked and was able to get a flight to Atlanta, smooth, easy, nonstop, like early flight. And my best friend's family is Carribean, so they celebrate really heavily during this holiday weekend. There's always a Caribbean party down in Atlanta. It's called like, I think SSS, and they do different colors. This year was red. So it's this big Caribbean fete. I think that's how they say it. It's like a festival. And we were able to get like paint thrown on us. There's music blasting. There's water hoses. Like they literally have a fire hydrant and everything. And everyone is dancing like back in the day when there's no cameras, because obviously there's water everywhere, so you can't have your phone. We literally had to like run over to the side, draw our phones off out of our plastic bags and try to record little content. But for the most part, it was so freeing, y'all. Like my soul needed that. I was dancing with random strangers, just whining and twerking and kicking it. I'll be honest, like I just was having so much fun. And I'm a very introverted person. And like I said, I've been trying all the practical things, trying to be mature about a lot of the stress I'm under. But this weekend reminded me, sometimes you just got to go have some fun. You got to put the responsibilities to the side, and you got to go have some fun with your friends or yourself. But your friends is going to make it better. So from me to you, it's the summertime. Plan a trip, even if it's just like a weekend road trip with your friends to the lake. Just go do something. Have some fun. Let your hair down, because we are so busy. And if you're like me, I'm also in recovery from being a people pleaser. So that's been a very hard last few months, really like year of learning those boundaries, putting myself first, doing all the things that are necessary to protect my peace, and not abandon myself anymore. It's rough, and it still comes with a lot of anxiety of feeling like you're failing other people or disappointing other people when you put yourself first. But the more I use that muscle, the better it gets. And this weekend, just letting my hair down, dropping the kids off, not trying to be swallowed in mom guilt or responsibilities, and just getting out of here and really like letting my soul be free. Just dancing, like I said. It was the most amazing experience, y'all. Honestly, like, I'm gonna probably post some content because I'm still not over it. My body relieved so much stress because, again, you can think yourself out of a lot. You can come up with these creative concepts to try to heal, but it's always in our body and you got to move through it. So do some physical activity, do some dancing, just go have some fun. That's what I'm gonna tell y'all. And I guess that's kind of related to my speaking from the heart piece, because what's been on my spirit the last few weeks, the theme of this last month has just been going where you are loved. I have made sure that I am not in any environments or around any people that are questionable. We know that everyone has things going on, but you do still prioritize and make time for the people you care about. And you do still know how to show up with love and energy for the people around you. And somebody like me, even when my cup is empty, I will still try to pour. And that's just my reality. And one of those boundaries with stopping myself from being a people pleaser is recognizing the people around me that don't do that for me. And there are a lot of people that know you're a good person. They know how reliable you can be. And they'll use that to their advantage. So it's really up to you to be like, you know what? Nah. You don't have to have a good reason either. Like, oh, no, I want to sleep in today. No, I would like to lay in the bed and watch TV and do nothing. Or you don't have to have a reason. You just have to know what's best for you and what you need. And so, again, going where you're loved, whether that's alone time or with people, just being in environments that help you flourish, because it's been very, very, very healing for me being in those environments during rough times. So, as I was saying, this episode is pretty much just encompassing that rest and recovery, prioritizing mental health still. That's not something that should be only when you're going through rough things. That should be every single day. And encouraging you to think about the things that you do to prioritize your mental health, because it's something you can't escape. You can't. You can pretend, and a lot of us know how to be very functional. I am one of those people. But like I said, I just felt like I was like having a shortage in my brain where I just could not shake through like this dysfunctional dysregulation I had going on, y'all, until I just went and got to wine and it's working. I'm telling you. So this season, I guess we would say, it's not really a season. I always say season because even if it's just the week, y'all, it's just a season. It sounds good. But I've been taking a break from all the self-work that I do. I'm a very self-aware person. I'm always doing the soul work. But I've been getting a lot of confirmation that this is the embodiment season. Like, when you have a good heart and you know you're a good person, if you're constantly in your mind questioning that, then you will continue spiraling back to those people-pleasing traits. You'll continue just shorting yourself of meeting your potential. You'll keep procrastinating on those goals. You will just hold yourself back so much. And so I've taken a break from the hard work of what's wrong with me? What can I fix? What do I need to change? What do I need to improve? And just reversing that into gratitude of how amazing I am and how far I've come and how blessed I am and just how much work I have put in to get where I'm at. Life is literally going to be another 20, not 20, Jesus. I rebuke that, y'all. 80 more years. I'm only in my 20s is what I was trying to say. But we have so much time to learn lessons. We have so many opportunities to gain more wisdom to spread, because as y'all know, I'm also a teacher role. Naturally, I'm a very wise person, but I've even fell back a little bit on feeling like I have to always give, because my intellectual abilities is like a gift. And so pouring that out can be very draining. And like I said, this last few months, honestly, I've been very drained. I don't have it to give. And if I can't give myself a pep talk some days and I'm struggling, I don't want to be fake to anybody else. So instead of being discouraged about that, I've just been, again, in gratitude of all the traits that I've already embodied. I have so many good things that I can use on a day-to-day that I can take a break from trying to figure out what's the next best thing and what's the next improvement and what's the next self-evolution task. And I'm kind of like an addict to it. So it can slip you into a place where you really will forget how good of a person you are. You're good. You are great. And small things like just having a best friend where I can get free flights and just shoot out of town. Or, I have a mentor who is a very high paid millionaire mentor. And these things and these people, when I said being around the people that love you and being in environments that love you, those things are like rare opportunities that if you are not centered and you don't stay in gratitude, you will forget. Like, and I'm saying from me personally, I have forgot how blessed I am by, again, just always working on something within myself. So I'm just saying, scrap it for now. Perfectionism and anxious attachment styles are my main things that cause me to be such a people pleaser or such an overachiever. And I'm not perfect. I know that, but reminding myself every day, baby, you are not perfect. You can't have a perfect life. You can't have a perfect day. You can't handle situations perfect. You can't escape from your humanity, no matter how good of a person you are. So I've had to cuss some people out the last few weeks. I've had to close some doors. I've had to just cut some things off. I've had to show that duality of like, I'm a great person and I embody a lot of wisdom and soul and love, but some people you gotta just tell them, get the heck out of here. And that's the nicest way I'll say it. Okay, so spending that time with you, your family, your friends, and just taking a break from all the hard, heavy things, y'all, like that's very important. And that's what I'm preaching for y'all today. I don't have, again, practical tips. Other than that, I don't have extra deep wisdom. And I feel like y'all don't expect that from me, but I expect that from me. So me telling y'all that is almost like, for me, I know that people just want to talk. People just want to chat. And I love that space. And that's why I'm happy that I'm able to just finally touch bases with everybody again. I will be finishing out this season very consistently. We have about 4 more episodes to go. I'm very excited for the last few episodes because I think I might even have a guest coming soon. So that's exciting, y'all. I'm praying that y'all have been enjoying these past few holidays. We just finished up with Mother's Day since the last time I've been here. Memorial Day just passed yesterday. I also celebrated plenty of graduations. My niece graduated from 5th grade, which is very important because that's my firstborn niece. So she's kind of like my little sister and a niece together. Watching her evolve to the next grade level is just like, again, brings you back to those small things that make such a difference on your confidence and like having a good life. As a child, you can't go get a job. You can't, have money. You can't have always the nicest clothes. So I've been really working close with her as a girl on building those confidence things, like even if it's just self-care. She doesn't have to wear makeup, but we just been doing the face washes and taking care of her skin a lot and just teaching her how to care for herself so that when she gets in these new environments where she's exposed to so much, she can be like prepared and know who she is, because it's easy to lose yourself when you're not secure in yourself. You'll always be trying to extend and mold yourself and adapt and like change to the environments instead of being steady in who you are. So that's been like important for her, as well as like I had a birthday, my son's birthday. He just turned 6. And next week is my other son's birthday, who's turning 1 year old. And Mother's Day was very special because that's almost like a birthday for me. So again, I've just been celebrating a lot, and I've been enjoying the ambiance of love and just connection and like family a lot, and just enjoying me. So that's what I want to give to y'all this week. Just please go enjoy yourself. Go have some fun. Let your hair down and rest and recover, because our bodies will crash out for us if we don't sit down and rest them. And so I'm praying that is what you all do, because I'm about to go get some rest. I'm going to chill. Today is a rainy day. It's very groggy. And I, again, just told y'all I got back from a 24-hour trip. I probably have only had about 3 hours of sleep. And I have to go do hair, and I have to go get my kids. So back to the grind. But later, I'm going to get some rest later, like later tonight. I'll be in the bed by 8 o'clock. I think that's fair. Okay. So we haven't been doing the question. So before we get off here today, I'm going to encourage that one more time. I'm going to leave the link or the email right here for y'all. And I'm expecting some questions in my email, okay? Don't leave me hanging here. I am getting more comfortable. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to chat. So let's get some tea out there. I want to hear some situations. Let's talk about your people-pleasing experiences, whether you need some advice or just telling me one of your victory stories where you finally stood up for yourself. But I would like to hear how you deal with being a people pleaser, if you know that you're a people pleaser, and just how that journey is for you, because I have my good days and I have my bad days. I literally got a phone call before I started recording, and they were like, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, No, let me record, because I knew that it was going to be something, And as soon as I got that task, then it was going to throw off my whole brain process for the day because, again, you can't change your wiring overnight, but it's a progress. Wait, it's a process in progress. I'm going to wrap it up, y'all, because I'm tired. I'm happy, but I'm very tired and I have work to do. So I'm praying that you guys receive something very special from this and you take what I'm saying literally and go rest and recover and have some fun. I'll be back. I think we're going to finish out this season weekly for sure, y'all. Like, I got y'all. I'm excited for these last few episodes. I'm fully in my comfortability now. I'm not overthinking it anymore. So I'm excited to see these last few topics and how we connect and what else I can share with y'all before we wrap up the first season. So stay tuned for what's next. I pray that you guys have the best week ever. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.